All right, guys, welcome to the TMZ podcast. Today we have a super special guest. It is someone you may recognize from your reality TV screens or reality TV shows, but maybe not someone you would recognize walking in the halls of Congress. But you might be seeing him in those halls very soon because Luke Gulbranson has announced that he is running for Congress, and we are going to be talking to him about all things that have to do with this. So, Luke, thank you so much for being with us. We're super excited to chat with you about this.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, so clearly people know you from Summer House. You were on Summer House from season 4 to 6. You did Winter House seasons 1 to 2. But now you're going into politics. What pushed you from reality TV into this new arena?
Yeah, one thing I want to say is, reality TV for me, it was a job. Reality TV doesn't necessarily make up who I am as a person, right? I'm a small town kid from northern Minnesota. My family's all union workers, and I work with my hands, and I'm pretty sure some people might know that, but I love to build things and do things. I guess every day I wake up, I see my mom, my dad, I see them doing the best they can to get by. They should be retired, and they're not retired. They have to work jobs. And my mom, she battles cancer. My father is disabled and diabetic. And, they have to work jobs because their cost of living is up. Their insurance premiums are up. Their copays are up. I mean, our healthcare is under attack. Like, people can't afford it up here in northern Minnesota and other rural communities across our country. And we're limited on our resources here as far as healthcare facilities as well with nursing homes, hospitals, and clinics. And, if funding's cut, and there's other things coming up that expire in 2027. But if some of these things end up happening, some of these places they're gonna shut their doors, and that's not good. We need more resources, not less. And we have 600 miners in northern Minnesota right now that aren't working. There's 2 mines that are down. I just found out today there's a drill bit company that's going to be stopping its operations as well due to the tariffs. And I think 70 to 75 employees are going to be looking for work or without work. Pete Stauber in 2018 ran on having an independent voice, protecting the middle class, protecting healthcare, protecting Social Security, no wars, lower cost of living. And the reality is his independent voice never steps up to Donald Trump or his own party when they're doing things that are hurting the people that he represents. And he's always voting in favor of things that are hurting the people that he represents. The people here are sick of it. I have a hard time. I couldn't sit back and watch it anymore. Honestly, I just can't. And watching Donald Trump attack our democracy pretty much every day, I got off my ass. I can't sit back and watch my family and the people in northern Minnesota struggle anymore. And I want to do something about it.
Here at TMZ, we have this movement, if you will, that Harvey started. It's called Out With Their Asses, where essentially he feels like a lot of the members that we have in Congress right now are not doing the things that they should be doing to help their districts or to be just helping the American people. That we were on the shutdown for forever because Congress couldn't get their shit together. And now you have TSA agents. We had one on. Her name is Rebecca. She's a mother and grandmother taking care of like 6 kids on the salary of a TSA agent, and she's not getting paid. Her last paycheck before they ended the shutdown was for $13. And Harvey's just saying, Congress is out. I'm sure you saw, at Disney World or in Sweden, and the people are suffering. So Harvey's just feeling like we need to have a movement where we get these Congress people who refuse to compromise, refuse to actually get things done, as you will. And it seems like that could be something that you saw and prompted you. And another thing we've seen is a lot of reality stars kind of echoing what you're saying. They've been kind of letting the standard GoPro politicians, do their job, as you will, but they're not doing it. So they're standing up and running. You have Spencer Pratt, you have Dan Balzerian, you have Farrah Abraham, you have yourself now. Do you feel like this movement is something, for seeing or having people, whether they come from TV or the not traditional political background, do you think this is something that we'll see more of people stepping up to run for congressional seats?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think what's interesting to me is I don't even know really any of these people, and I knew nothing about this stuff. You just told me about it. I think it's great that people want to step up and make a difference. You know, I don't focus on what other people are doing. I focus on what I'm doing and the people here in northern Minnesota. I think that that's what's really important. When it comes to Congress, Congress isn't working for the people right now, and the people are hurting because of it. I don't think that we need poli-sci majors and career-long politicians and people who are well qualified for whatever qualifications mean to certain people. I think we need people who are relatable, people who understand what people are going through and will fight for them because they've been there. They've gone through this stuff and they can relate to. And I think that's really important. It's the people's house, not the qualification house. And right now, people are working for the president, they're working for their party, and they're working for private and special interests. And I think it's bullshit. People suffer because of that. And then they play politics and they bicker amongst each other and they complain and they tear each other down. They tear each other down within their own party sometimes. And I just think that, you know, time and energy needs to be spent on hearing problems and finding solutions. And right now, I feel like the selfishness and they need to be acting in selfless ways, and they're not doing it. So yeah, this is another. I mean, these are all reasons I'm running. I want to make a difference.
How do you respond on that? It's kind of piggybacking off of that to someone who feels like a congressman or a congresswoman should have a poli-sci degree. How do you feel like you would respond to voters who would just say, well, Luke's he's just a reality star, or he just, you know, does carpentry. He doesn't know about politics. How do you feel about people that just see someone who doesn't have a political background and is trying to get into the political arena?
Well, again, I think, you know, I think that that's, again, I'll reiterate what I just said. I think that people, we need to have people, elected officials, who are put in positions to represent the people, and they represent them well because they understand the people and they've lived that life and they've gone through the struggles. I mean, I run as a Democrat because my principles, values, and morals lie within the Democratic Party, because the Democratic Party was the team that welcomed me with open arms when my family needed government assistance as a kid growing up. You know, I don't necessarily think I went to college. I don't think that college and textbooks are what make the foundation for a good politician. I think your life lessons, life skills, and facing adversity, character, building character, and finding gratitude in the difficult times in life are what make us good people and put us in a good position to represent people. You know, it is the people's house. Like I said, it's not the qualification house. And right now, the qualification house, or Congress, with the way it's being run, it's like a 3-ring circus. And I'd love to get my my hat in the ring, go in there and shake it up a bit and represent the people here in northern Minnesota the right way.
Got you. Realistically, what work within the system would you do to fix, or at least try to fix? No one's going to be able to just fix what's going on, but what would you do realistically to try to fix what's going on currently, especially in northern Minnesota?
Well, right now, you know, we have to make sure we're looking at making healthcare affordable, right? We need to reverse the cuts, and we also need to get the ACA subsidies back in place. You know, the people in northern Minnesota, like I said earlier, we're limited on our resources, and we should be spending money at creating more resources and opportunity for healthcare facilities in northern Minnesota. Not only from a healthcare perspective in northern Minnesota is it important, obviously, for our health, number one, but healthcare is also the number one leading economic job resource that we have in the Northland, outside of things like mining. And we need to make sure that we're working on that. And like I said earlier, there's some bills, one bill in particular that's coming up in 2027 that really needs to get an extension done on it. And I haven't heard Pete Stauber or anybody talking about it. And then we need to look at job creation. I think we need to get creative with it. You know, we have such a beautiful, Minnesota is a beautiful country up here. Like our land is unbelievable. And I love to hunt and hike and fish and do these things. And I think that we need to use digital media. It's free, and find ways to really push that and grow our tourism, find responsible ways for mining that meet federal and state regulations, and the environmental reviews that are required. So we need to grow our mining, and we've got great resources and opportunity here for that. We've got one of the richest helium deposits in the world, if not the richest helium deposit in the world, which is so cool, because I keep thinking to myself, how neat would it be if the helium from northern Minnesota was being put in these rockets that NASA's using to send people to the moon and beyond,
gosh.
right?
Could you imagine?
Yeah,
That's
I just
crazy.
think that's really great. So, you know, there's a lot of opportunities with economic growth, and what's real important here is doing the legwork, which Pete Stauber doesn't do. Having an open door all the time to talk to people within the communities and find out what their needs are. find out what we can do creatively. Like, let's sit down and work together. That's the whole point. You need to work together and work as a team and get things done. And I would really, I would always have an open door, and I look forward to speaking with people within the Northland and finding opportunities in creative ways where we can create a really good economy for the people here in northern Minnesota as well. I mean, there's so many different things we could go on about this for an hour, but I know we're on a podcast, so
No, I'm
I'll
like,
kind of keep it short.
you clearly, your shit, people. So I'm like, look at the podcast. This guy's not just running just to say he's running. I've seen some other people running, and they don't, I won't say which celebrities or which people, but I don't think they know or have researched as much as you have about the place that you're running for and the district you're running for. So no, talk your shit, Luke. So running for Congress means your past on camera, off camera will be highly scrutinized. How do you prepare for that? Or are you truly prepared because you've already done a reality show, because you've kind of already been in the spotlight? I know social media trolls are a hell of a thing, so you've kind of already dealt with that. But I've always known, like, when I watch, like, movies or TV shows, when it comes to someone, like, thinking about running for office, the first person they go to is usually, like, their wife or their kids, because they're like, hey, our whole life is about to be blown up, essentially. Are you okay with this? One, I just want to make sure for sure you don't have no skeletons in your closet that are not going to come out because they're going to be found. How do you prepare for that level of scrutiny when you're about to put yourself into the political arena?
You know, I will say I do think that being in the reality world and just being in the public eye obviously gives you a bit of a thick skin. I'm pretty confident at 42 years old. I know who I am. I know my values. Again, I know the people that know me and have met me, and like my family and my close friends and stuff know the type of character I have as a person. So when external factors or external resources have opinions and say things, I don't really fall into it. And I do think that my time in the public eye, especially in reality TV, has definitely helped me with that. I did think a lot about that stuff before I decided to run. I do think that you have to, when you really want to make a difference, though, you're putting your best foot forward, it's sometimes you have to, I know things are gonna come at me, but you have to just know it's going to come and just deal with it and sacrifice it, because you're in it and you're doing it for the right reasons, because you want to help people. And sometimes you just have to, I guess, take it on the chin a little bit and battle through. But you do it because the greater impact you have in doing the right thing by the people you represent, I think, is what's more important than the mudslinging that people are doing at you. And another thing I tell my team, I told my family, I tell my friends, because they're like, well, this is BS that people would come at you in a certain way. And I'm like, if it doesn't bother me, it shouldn't bother you, right? But the one thing that I say is, if people are going to come at me, we're going to take the high road. That's just Michelle Obama. I love when she said that.
When they go low, when they go
yeah,
something, yeah, that
yeah,
we go,
yeah. And
yeah.
it's so important. I really think that is important. The people in our country right now, they're sick of politicians bitching at each other and
For
complaining
sure.
and not getting anything done and throwing mudslinging. Like, they don't care about that. They care about what you're doing to help them in their
That
lives.
part, yeah.
And that's what's important. We're going to put our best foot forward in taking care of the people that I want to represent here in northern Minnesota, right? And that is our focus. We're not focused on mudslinging. We're not focused on personal attacks. Listen, I'll tell you what you're not doing right. I'll pick you apart all day on the things that you're doing wrong. I'm not going to personally attack you, because that's not in my character, right? So I think the people in this country, across northern Minnesota and across our country, are honestly really sick of it. And if somebody says, "Oh, Luke did that," whether it's true or not, it doesn't affect their life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they care about what affects them. If you're going to work hard for them and do right by them, I feel like most people are at a point where they just want somebody who's going to work for them and do a good job and do right by them.
What has the overall reaction been to you, or to your announcement that you're running for Congress, from your family, from your friends, from the people that you see around the stores in Minnesota? What has been the overall? Are they happy you're running? Do they? I mean, obviously, mom and dad are going to support you, and they think that you're the best candidate for the job. But what has been the overall just? What have you gotten? What the consensus that you're getting from people once they've heard that you're going to be running?
No, it's interesting. I mean, listen, the majority of people are obviously extremely supportive. And everything I've done in my life, the one thing I can say that's been really great about my community in northern Minnesota is people have always been very supportive of me. And I love that. And that's why I love it. I love it here, you know? And I do get some people that are like, people are going to come at you and it's so bad because you're like literally the best guy and we love you and we just don't want to see people attacking you. And but yeah, I just tell them, I say, listen, I'm ready. It's going to happen, and, but, a lot of people say I mean, the majority of people are like, we need it. We need you. We need a change because what's happening right now, with the way Pete's, doing his business in Congress is not right by the people here in northern Minnesota, and we are hurting, we are suffering, and a lot of people are sick of the way Donald Trump is handles himself on a daily basis, I should say. Everybody here is feeling it. You feel it when you go to the gas pump. You feel it when you go grocery shopping. It's people here do the best they can to get by, and they're making life harder for the people here while they're giving tax breaks to the top 1% who are ripping and sipping martinis down in Palm Beach while the people here are deciding what bill they can't pay this month and which one it's not going to sting as much if they can't pay it. And I just think it's bullshit. We need to get our middle class back. Right now we're going towards you're either rich or you're poor, and that's not what makes this country great
At all. I think majority of people, at least that I know the majority of people that are watching this podcast will for sure agree with you on that. We're just everyday regular people. And so, yeah, it is hard when gas is the amount it is because for what we're in we won't even get into that, but yeah.
Reckless war.
Luke, are you leaning into your existing fan base as a political advantage, or are you trying to reinvent yourself, trying to kind of leave those reality TV star fans and create a new fan base, if you will?
No, I don't believe in creating fan bases. I never looked at myself as a celebrity and having fans. I know that that's how things turn out in this world when you're on TV, but I'm just a normal person like everybody, and I don't think about reinventing myself. I mean, my life is my life. I am who I am, and people that know me from TV and people that know me as a kid from college or from hockey or from coaching kids or whatever it might be, they just know me as me, and I don't believe in reinventing myself at all. I believe in owning who I am, and I'm proud of who I am, and I think everything that I've gone through in my life and the experiences I've had are gonna they play a factor in why I'm running and why I'm here, right? So no reinventing myself. I think I don't know. I'm kind of lost what you said again here with that question, but I've also been answering lots of questions lately, so forgive me on that. If you want to re-ask it to me, you can.
No, you answered it. You answered it very good. No, you're not reinventing yourself. You're saying very truly authentic. If they like you, they like you. If they don't, they don't.
What I will say though is what I want to say. This is why I wanted to get this right too, is because our campaign, we're not taking like money from APAC or anything, right? We're very grassroots, and I will say that I definitely will be reaching out to people, obviously, to fundraise and support throughout this process. And I would love the support of people who have known me from Bravo and support me and have been fans of mine since we were on Bravo, right? But I will say that, like, just, the people in Minnesota and our grassroots effort that we've had just locally even has really been wonderful. The support has been immense, and I feel a lot of gratitude because of that.
Awesome. I'm like, you kind of answered my next question. I was going to say, what does your campaign look like on the ground? Are you knocking on doors? Are you hosting town hall meetings? Are you focusing more on a digital outreach? I know in this time and age, digital streams, podcasts, all those things are super important. But like, what does your campaign look like when it's boots on the ground?
So what's really cool, since we announced, I've had a lot of people reaching out about wanting to volunteer, and I'm excited about that. It makes me happy, and everybody wants a yard sign. They're coming, I promise. It's just everything happens in stages. We will, we just launched, and there's so many parts to a campaign, and obviously I'm learning a lot of them, but I'm learning pretty fast. Like, we're like fast forwarding everything here. But we will have boots on the ground sooner rather than later. We will be doing town halls. I am doing some mini tours coming up to meet people within communities. I have a lot of meetings with people in certain areas of I guess you could say like industry that we have up here in northern Minnesota. I'm meeting with a lot of people up here who are in charge of like mining, healthcare, stuff like that. So doing my due diligence and the groundwork and the legwork I need to make sure that the people here, I'm hearing what they have to say, and we're putting forth our best effort, making sure we're doing right by the people here in Minnesota, northern Minnesota.
Nice, nice, nice. Love that. Have any of your Summer House co-stars reached out to you since you've made your announcement?
Yeah, it's interesting. I thought maybe I'd hear from more, but they obviously have a lot going on right now. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
A little bit, yeah.
But I talk with Carl, but Lindsay, God bless her, she's just been the best, and as always, I love her. She's been a big supporter. She's and I would do the same for her. I did talk with Kyle a little bit, and yeah, that I guess that's really it. I talked to Danielle a bit actually as well last week. Yeah, I have to talk to Rachel actually from Winter House. I haven't talked to her yet, but me and Rachel are really tight. She's a sweetheart. So we but Lindsay's been a big supporter, and then I have some friends obviously in other parts of the Bravo world that are. I was talking with one of them earlier here. So yeah, it's a Bravo fam, and the people are great, and it's nice to have that.
No, it's awesome to hear that you guys support each other. I feel like when you go on those kinds of shows, I've never been on a reality show, but I can only imagine, and I do watch a lot of reality TV. Every time I talk to someone from one of these reality shows, they really talk about how close they got to their co-stars or their castmates, and how it's like, a lifelong friendship. So super dope to hear that you have so much support from some of your former co-stars. Obviously, we cannot let you go without getting your opinion on all the hot stuff that's going on with Summer House regarding Sierra, West, and Amanda. It was announced today that Sierra just got booked for Dancing with the Stars. With that whole situation going on, from the inside versus what viewers see, how do you? What's your opinion on the situation? We've been covering it a lot here at TMZ. Harvey seems to not think that girl code or bro code is a thing. It's been a huge hot topic debate in our office. We think Harvey's 75 and senile because who doesn't think that bro code and girl code exists? It has to be someone as old as Harvey. But he is gung-ho that no one did anything wrong in this situation. We, the media, are blowing it out of proportion. And now he feels like if you go on a reality TV show, the best part is to probably get cheated on. What do you say? Yeah, hot take, right? Like I said, 75 and senile. Harvey, I hope you're watching this episode.
Oh, man, poor Harvey.
What do you say, Luke, to this whole situation? Do you believe in boy code or guy code, girl code? Do you believe in that? Do you think anyone did anything wrong in the situation? And how do you think this will all play out for all parties involved?
Well, they're filming. I think they got some reunion stuff maybe happening today, so I'm sure we'll hear a lot about that eventually. But I listen. I do believe in a bro code.
Thank you. I believe in girl code. I'm like, bro, I don't know, Harvey. I don't know what you're talking about, what you're thinking about. It exists. It's a thing. It is a thing. It is a respect thing. It is a loyalty thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of fish in the sea, and I know that sounds a little cliche, but the truth is, I mean, there's you can find a partner. There's a lot of people that you have to choose from, and I think here's the deal. I think over an extended period of time, if throughout an extended period of time, eventually, like if you did kind of hit it off with someone. I think that as adults and being a man, you would like grown up about something, you would go to your buddy and say, hey, listen, like I wanted to be the first person to talk to you. I want to, this just happened. I know it's been a long time. I want to know how you feel about it. I don't want to cross you. I want to make sure you're comfortable with it, but I really, really do value and like this person. As a matter of fact, if you love them, I love them, and I'd love your blessing, and if not, like let's have a conversation. But just like the way that this all went down, I know I would never do it ever. and I actually kind of I feel bad for everybody. Sierra and Kyle obviously, and everybody involved. I'm sure it's an emotional roller coaster. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for Sierra. I hope she's
Right?
ready to boogie and
Right,
move and groove. You know?
Harvey's like,
Yeah,
she's the winner in this whole thing. She's got
yeah,
everyone's gonna love her. She's the new Ariana Madix. We're calling this
yeah,
what
yeah.
Scandival 2.0. So, like we said, I think everyone is happy for Sierra that she's getting things done. Amanda and Wes decided to stay together. Do you think it's gonna be easier or harder for their relationship to work now that they kind of had to open it up on this front, if you will?
Hmm. I don't know. I'll be real with you. If I was in a relationship with somebody for a number of years, I don't know if I would jump into a relationship with somebody else right away. I can tell you that. But
Boom.
I would take some time. I would take some time for me if I was expecting a relationship with somebody to work.
Not mad at
But that's
that.
just me. I don't know. I like
No,
to like work on
that's a
things.
pretty safe answer. I'm like, damn, I just got dumped like 2 months ago.
I'm sorry.
But like I'm ready.
sorry, you doing all right?
Is 2 months too short, or is 2 months like a good amount of time? That's still too short.
Yeah.
It's
How
too
long were
short,
y'all
Luke.
together?
Okay. I'm gonna wait, and I'll give it like one more month. I'll give it one more month.
Wait, how long were you guys dating?
Like 8 months.
Okay, so almost a year. So yeah, I give it some time.
Okay, give
I
it some
think
time.
if you really like somebody, like like it's they're like you love them, and it's really like that. As I've gotten older, you don't just jump in. You need time. You have to grow. You have to learn from that relationship, and then that way, when you do date your next person, you're not just jumping into it and having another breakup. You're ready for like a real serious relationship.
Thank you for that advice, Luke. I'll give it another month, you guys. I'm gonna wait. I had a
Man,
date tonight. I'm
I
gonna
don't
cancel
know.
it. That's dead. That's not happening tonight. No, I'm just kidding. I
Oh
don't have a date.
no, you
Luke,
should
thank
go.
you
Don't let me ruin it.
so much for joining me. Whenever you win your campaign, because we're gonna put that out into the universe, you are going to win this thing. We would love to have you back and talk about all things that went into you winning and how you got into office. I'm very big on speaking things into existence, manifestation. So we have you here. So we're definitely gonna send all that good juju to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. And if you go on that date, have fun.
I'm not going. No. Thank you so much, Luke. We can't wait to talk to you soon. Thank you so much for your time.
Cheers, guys.